We are live. And now we are live.
Are you also going to Instagram?
Yeah, we're live on all three.
You don't need my finger or anything?
No,
Interesting.
we good. We updated all of the things, so now all of everything's logged in. Okay, so lovely people, we are live.
It took the whatever it was out of that light, by the way.
Took the
Some kind of remote thing for changing the color.
Oh, this is a light that was charging, I think. This one.
where what?
This.
That thing.
Is that okay?
Light? Oh, that's for fighting. Okay. I thought it was some kind of infrared sensor.
It's an infrared pronouncer.
So,
Exclaimer.
while
It's a don't run
We-
over my backside.
are setting up, we are live to YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. I am currently looking.
You say here on the Instagram.
Yeah, we
What?
learned how to
That's
do
new.
something. We learned a new thing. Sorry.
Can I say something?
Yes, please.
We didn't really learn how to do something new. StreamYard just offered us a new opportunity.
But we learned how to do it.
No, but it was
No.
it wasn't available to us, and then it was, and so we adapted to it for sure. But it's not. I'm not even like saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying like to be more authentic. Instagram updated for us, or StreamYard updated for us.
Okay. So, what I'm doing now is I am finding.
Do you have my phone?
Yes.
You have it?
Yeah.
When did you get it?
Oh, I just picked it up.
Okay.
So I'm looking
Are you
on.
also sharing mine, or just yours?
I can, yeah, sure.
You don't have to. I'm just asking if you are.
I can do it right now. Auction. Okay, here. And I will do this right now. And share. And share. But if I go to Rumble House, maybe we can pin it. So, taking a little longer than usual because
Because why?
I'm just a little slow.
Oh.
But it's okay. I just pinned. I think I just pinned it. Okay, anyway, I tried. So we're on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. So if you could share, that would be great. Because then more. Oh, I guess I could turn it up so you can see more than just my mouse
Is the cell
moving.
phone?
That would be pretty good. Yeah, sounds
Have
good.
you checked? My painting's wet there, so.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks, Kelly. Rich will maybe help me with the tipping of the. No, it sounds good. I said. I did it.
Well, sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's just the computer side.
But I checked.
Help you with the tipping of the what?
Well, right now it's just my mouth and the screen,
Oh,
and that's fine as long as the art's in it.
okay.
Okay,
I have mine just for.
Yeah. that's yours. Okay, there.
Mine's wet. Should I move it?
No, it's good.
Okay.
If I hand this, Sandra, okay. Do you want to rock, paper, scissors for
I
how?
can do it. You're working.
I'm just trying to finish this.
Thank you.
You have to have share.
We'll share it. Okay. I'm good at sharing.
What is it today?
The January. No, it's February 7th. It's February 7th, and we got lots of amazing artwork tonight. So we are going to start. It's Rumble 559.
Does it matter what page I started on?
Never. Well,
I'm gonna start on the back page then move right to the left.
Okay, that would really bother me. I'm just kidding.
What's happening?
Galen.
Oh, Galen's being funny.
Rich Teru, we lost video. You can't do
Why
it.
wouldn't you fix this?
What? Because it pulled out of the camera. Because you
Look
pulled
at-
it really
when that
far
happens,
away.
Just do this, and then you have a camera back on.
But I
Fine.
like it through here.
I'm gonna fix that in a second. But there's the camera. It's too crowded in. It doesn't work.
Okay.
So I'm moving it. If this comes out.
So here we are. Oh. Yeah, there is an abundance of awesomeness right now. So I'm going to start showing it, and then we're going to all have an auction. And if people are here taking part for the first time, and you're watching online, could you text 403-629-7424 and say hi? That would be nice. Also, that's how we're going to bid. So you're going to text 403-629-7424 and say, hey, I'd like to bid on that beautiful cityscape behind you. Be like, oh, that's great. I'll put that in the auction. Okay. So, I'm going to move this before bad things happen. All right. Oh my gosh, there's really a lot of good art. Okay. So, first of all, these are, oh gosh, really lovely. So as people are kind of coming in here, show you a couple. Rich did these on the weekend. I really love them. So this is a gold acrylic on black paper, and he left the negative space. He left the black fabric as the paper and painted around it as really, really beautiful. So it's one. That's very irritating with the light. And then this is the other one, and it's very magical. What would you like these opening bids to be, Rich
$1
Taylor?
million.
Beautiful. Artists set their minimum bids. And half the sale goes to the house, half the sale goes to the artist, except if you're Rich Teru. And then all of the money goes into the house. So,
Hold them so that the reflection's not, just worry about one at a time. And then turn it, yeah. And then I need to know if anybody wants either of them or both of them. So right now I'm open to auctioning them as a
pair
pair or as
Or
independent.
individuals.
So in terms of like opening bid, maybe just make me an offer.
Make me an offer I can't refuse. Okay. Rich Terry. Beautiful gold on the black. Also, this one is very reminds me of Klimt. We were talking about that when he was making it.
It's ever so loosely meant to be Klimt-esque.
Then, yeah, there is a surplus of chairs.
Don't be shy.
All right. So make us an offer there on those ones. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Okay, here's a crazy thought. Can you just hold them up for one more second? For two reasons.
Hi.
Because they're framed, and they're nice frames because they were donated frames. And because you wanted them, let's say, together at $50 opening bid.
Okay, beautiful. If you'd like, grab a chair. You're more than welcome. $50 for the pair. Beautiful. Okay. So, Praxis was able to join us, and Praxis made these beautiful mittens.
$20 for the Golden Lady Bum. Okay, there's one offer for one.
Okay.
Wait, don't they both have bulbs?
No. This one is Schrodinger cat of bums. She
has
might
an
have a
implied- she has an
bum
implied bum.
and not have a bum.
Show
at
that
the
one
same
though,
time.
because surely if you wanted the one, you'd like the other.
So this
So
is
that
it
one
$20?
Came from an urge to rewatch The Witch.
This is the
with two
witch.
V's.
Yeah.
And so it was kind of loosely based off the movie poster.
Beautiful.
And then the other one was loosely based off Klimt, and I just happened to have two black pieces of paper, and I was able to work in
Can I
the.
do 25 for the trees?
25 for the trees.
Maybe just hold that one up, and we'll put that one down for a second.
Perfect. I'm so sorry. Name.
Cherry.
Carrie, thank you so much. Also, I really love your glasses.
Oh,
I
thank
wanted
you.
to tell you that earlier. So this is currently at 25 to carry.
How did you find us?
I came here a long time ago when I used to live in Calgary.
Oh, yeah?
Linda Graham, she's the one who
Who did?
Linda Graham.
Right.
Yeah.
And then where do you
This
live
is
now?
at 25, and this doesn't have a bid yet.
Okay. Were you here last week?
Yeah.
And I didn't here next week? Back to Kelowna?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I'm so glad you could make it.
Leanne says $30 for the trees.
That tree one.
It's really beautiful. $30.
This isn't art, but you can make some fucking amazing plastic art with it.
Oh,
Okay.
is it yours?
You might want to look it up.
It's a 3D kit, right?
It's electronic. You push things and make things happen, and electric currents happen.
Oh, it's amazing.
So look it up. I haven't used it. I opened it. So
You're okay to pass this on? And I can keep this or we
I'll go
sell
you
it?
can do whatever you want.
I kind of like to play with it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Fun.
You can make
Okay.
amazing shit.
Thank you.
I'll see you guys in.
Are you taking off?
Yeah.
Thanks for coming
It
in.
was really nice seeing you.
Oh, your hands are cold.
Yeah.
Seal my heat. There you go.
That's great.
This is currently at
Thank you so much.
35 to carry.
Pardon me?
35 to carry. There's 14 people online.
Oh, thank God.
Oh. Currently at $35. Also, look at the mat job I did with the gold matting.
Did you paint more gold or that you have
No,
gold?
I had one piece of gold matting, and look how I laid it. Look, I'm very
So
proud.
I'm going to go as far as to call that a collaboration piece. Because I like the industrial sort of, what would you say, the
Like band of metallic.
yeah, it's very linear, and then it becomes very organic. And I like that.
Thank you. So currently at $35 to carry. Text 403
That's 403-629-7424.
7424. This one also look at the texture too of your paint strokes with the gold is so beautiful. So this one is opening at 20. I really love the gold choker on her. Beautiful.
The Gold Trooper, 100% inspired by Klimt. Gustav Klimt.
Next. These are by Praxis.
Also, can we celebrate the power right now?
Oh yeah, we've been talking about that all night.
Yeah.
I love and I'm so grateful for electricity. Yay! Also
It went away
happy
yesterday.
that no one tried to take any copper today.
Yeah.
Yay!
Maybe chocolate.
I don't know.
Yeah.
How much for the
Other side. How much for the Mets?
$20 opening bid.
Gal.
I can't see it because I can't
No, you're
see.
perfect.
Opening dollars is $20. Look how
Can I see them?
they're so beautiful. The color is wisteria.
I had rubber gloves on, so my hands are clean. Is it okay that I'm
Oh, good.
UISTERIA.
I'll bid $20.
They're so So beautiful.
Wisteria.
On wisteria gloves.
But if those
I
are
just
just the
put
standard
these.
size, I can make them smaller.
Oh, they're
Bigger as well.
My daughter's me.
I got big right.
I like, you know, can I tell what I like about it? I like that it is a color that will shock certain people in my life. No, you can't wear that purple.
I think it's such a pretty color. I saw it. I got the yarn at a
I like
dollar
to feel
store
pretty.
near my house.
I like to feel pretty.
Yeah.
I just like to say
It's such a nice color.
It's so and it's so soft.
It's very mysterious.
Also,
Oh,
Oh, I like that guy.
and look at the little shell. And look at the little tail.
$20.
Or you already done? Okay.
Okay.
Ah.
It's incredible. $20. Twitch.
Yeah, I see where this is headed.
Cute little shell and the cute little tail. It's the cute little little dude. Boop.
A little dude.
Dude,
Oh,
his arms make me so happy.
I know. He's like reaching. He just.
Okay, this is going to be painful for you because I really try to stay away from pop culture things. So I know nothing about this turtle other than that I should. Can you tell me a little about it?
Honestly, I don't even know that much. I know the Pokemon. The starter
It's
Pokemon.
one. It's one of the original
One of the originals. That's all I
Pokemon
know
from the
about it.
original
It's
Pokemon.
Bowser. No, it's
It's-
not Bowser.
Squirtle. Squirtle.
Squirtle?
I saw it. I had the colors. I made it. So.
Had the colors. I did it. It's made. Squirtle's made.
Now, is there another turtle that's a mean turtle?
The green one?
A mean turtle.
I want to say like Scrape or something.
Bowser is like a.
Bowser is Mario.
But it's in Mario,
Yeah.
but he's scary.
All right, Mario.
Yeah. I don't know if he's
Bulbasaur-
kind of turtle-ish, but he's not mean.
Yeah.
No, I was thinking about something else.
He could
but
be
I know
formidable.
Felix would love this, so-
There's so
Boop.
many Pokemon.
Oh,
There's like
Kai says, "Oh my God, Squirtle is the best."
there's like
$25 for Squirtle from my ex-friend Leanne, who I told looked great today, and I take it back. You look amazing.
Beep boop boop. Little beep
I'm
boop.
not bidding against you.
Everyone had their eyes on. Oh, okay. Kai says War Turtle and Blastoise are the evolution. So did you maybe see the evolution?
Which guy is that?
Kyle.
Okay, good.
He actually might be outside smoting. Smoting. I don't know what that is.
Smoking with emotions.
Emoting.
It's like smoking with your soul.
Feelings.
Like old black and white movies.
Yeah, it's film noir. Boop.
yeah, there are probably so many cat hairs on it. I'm so sorry.
No, it's cute. It's like Squirtle has friends with cats.
My little cat.
It's currently 25 to Leanne. And these are currently at 20 to Rich Tiru. And then maybe you want an opossum.
Oh gosh, I love
He is soft. He is the like a
How
pit.
often we had opossums here.
Felix has one in his room.
That's pretty awesome.
It's awesome opossum. It's like the
It's
velvet.
similar, yeah. It's
Yeah.
not the velvet one. It's like
it.
like Chanel. Yeah.
Awesome.
However you
Opossum.
pronounce that.
All set. Chenille. We have like all the fun,
All the
fancy
fancy
names
names.
today.
Yeah.
Squirtle. No, just
Squirtle. Le Squirtle.
Squirtle.
But this is what's the opening bid?
12?
$12.
Whoa.
$12. 12 to
Well, maybe not
Sandra.
dollars. 12 Gunthers.
Well, awesome here.
12
I only own
Bedazzles. 12
What the
ellipses.
hell is that?
12 kisses.
This
12 hugs.
is by Kyle.
Kyle.
That's so cute.
Can I
Says,
try something?
I am in danger.
Can I try
It's
something?
what is his name? Ned or no?
Ralph.
Ralph.
It's just gonna get darker and darker. Okay.
I'm just gonna keep going.
Can I try something? You're going away?
How much
Sorry.
is that?
Oh yeah,
I'm pretty
at $20 opening.
Okay. You got this?
Yes.
Okay. So this was a
Lost
painting I
train of
did.
thought.
My own life and my
on a this painting I did on a night like tonight when I had to be somewhere, and I kind of rushed it, and it sold, and I regretted it. And then I got the frame back, and I painted it out, and halfway through painting it out, I decided to save the lips. And every time Jess walked by the lips, she's like, I love the lips. So I almost painted over this like 100 times, and then I got here at like 8:30 and only had half an hour to do a painting. So I whipped this out, and I retained the lips. That's all that was left. And then I painted probably Jessica if she was alive in the 70s and she had a mohawk. And then I haven't done this in a while, but I like to paint with the black light in my head. Only this was black light on a chalk drawing, so a charcoal. So I might have completely turned the black light into a redundancy. So this might be super like unexciting, or it might be kind of fun. But just keep in mind that these are somebody else's lips. Whoa!
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Blue.
Yeah.
Oh, that is really good.
Yeah. So she got blue punk rock glasses and a tattooed neck with the number 13. Oh, and this is interesting here. Do you see the green there?
Yeah.
And there?
Yeah.
It's a nice kind of highlight on the lips. I didn't know that was there because that green is from the previous painting.
Oh.
Yeah, it looks like I meant to do it. It actually goes quite well with this green. But these are at least a year apart.
Reflecting off the door or something.
Is it? No, it's actually there.
But it looks like it.
It looks like the lips have a shine.
Yeah.
Like they're
But that's
glossy
totally like
and
fate
then
did that.
on the door.
Yeah.
Happy
Okay.
accident.
That's my
That
Punk
is
rock,
so cool. What does that what's her name that you painted one time too? I'm dropping her name. Sid and Nancy.
I haven't painted Nancy, but it could have been Wendy O.
Wendy. Oh, yeah. Oh,
Are there
this
any
is
other
scary in the
blacklights?
dark.
Are there any other blacklights?
What?
Are there any other blacklight paintings? Too bad.
Too bad. In the half light, this will give you nightmares. This is by Morgan. Morgan has it show up right now, and he came in and put this one in for the auction. The opening is $40. Poor Mr. Mess Up.
Oh, $20, $25 for the Squirtle. Is that from a long time ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The bunny. Oh. Okay, it's 9:24, Kelly, and I just sat down. I asked like 6 times, "Is there any more black light?" And Kelly just told me there's black light. I'm gonna get up and put the black light on. I just had a really long day. In a minute. In a minute, Kelly. I love you. What's the fun?
Jamie Grace said, "Howdy from Winnipeg. Who turned Mr. Dress Up into the devil? That should be Pierre."
Is it Pierre?
We're not getting political, are we? If you like this one, maybe
Sorry, did I say that out loud?
maybe
Oh
you
my
could
God.
maybe you could go for a couple of
That's hilarious.
He's a sandwich artist.
Oh,
He's a sandwich artist.
And it looks like you're looking over at him for a sandwich. Put Jesus a little bit higher so the sandwich is at eye level. Oh my God, that's so wonderful.
So these are by Morgan.
They're all looking at the sandwich.
More pour into your soul.
You know what? Jesus turned bread into more bread and
Yeah.
water into wine.
Honestly,
And I
all
don't
works.
see any reason why he wouldn't have some lettuce on a sandwich.
Totally.
That's fantastic.
It's so good.
That's so
This is so good. So these are $40 each.
I'm not usually negative with the art, but I'm not crazy about the Satan Mr. Dress Up. Mr. Dress Up means a lot to me.
I know. I know.
Which is funny because the Jesus sandwich is supposed to offend me.
I
I don't get offended easily, but I do kind of. I'm a little offended about the Mr. Dress Up scene.
know. There.
So am I.
Perfect.
Because
There-
at
no.
least Jesus is offering something.
I didn't
Yeah.
I got it here for like
Jasmine, can you take a picture of that at the end of the night?
Oh yes, yeah.
You should just buy it.
I don't know how well that would go in my bedroom.
Okay.
What
It's
about-
Wonderful. It's so
Oh, that
hilarious,
one's
but I would.
cute.
never
This
be
is
able to
also
stop
by
laughing.
Morgan, opening
That's so
40.
a wild imagination.
What a sweet painting.
Jesus. What did we decide the hat was?
A bowler.
Is it a bowler?
It looks
Bowler
like
or
it.
a derby?
Galen
It could be a
Road, or
tube.
is it?
I
It
think
could be
you're
a
right.
tube.
I think
It's
it's a
just not the
bowler.
right texture for it.
Kids these days are wearing their toques like that.
They do.
Kids these days.
That I made for the dad.
The grade 8s, but not the grade 9s, where their toques rolled up like little funny.
Yes.
What's the point if you're not keeping your ears
Ears
warm?
warm.
Honestly.
Like, what's
Do you
the
want
point
to
of
show
the hat?
this?
Well, they don't wear coats.
Yeah,
anyways.
please, yeah.
Yeah, no.
Can you tell a little story about it too?
Okay, this is super fun. Rich Teru painted a really cool raccoon painting a while ago. And we bought this brand new. And then he started painting. He was like,
it is
"Oh,
brand new. It's never been used.
should we?"
And I was holding it in the store. It actually has the same surface.
It's
as
very
the
nice
shields that they're
texture.
painting.
Yeah.
And I picked it up and I was like, "Ooh, I want to paint on this too." And then I bought it, and then we almost used it because we were like, "Wow, this could
It's
be
just like
yours."
so cool.
And then I ended up repainting your mine
My-
has a chicken on it or something.
Mine has chicken head, and you
Yeah.
have a pigeon
with chucks, yeah.
with chucks. Yeah, he has
This
covered.
is also the very first
I-
piece of
Isle of Rue merchandise.
It's the first piece of merch for the Isle of Rue, and that's what we're gonna do after the Rumble House, the Isle of Rue.
I love Rue.
That's so cute.
And if you write it just right, the Isle of Rue still looks like Tayroot.
Yeah.
Are you doing opening bid or just again?
I'm trying to remember how much it was. I think it's like with taxes, it's probably a $20.
It's a nice bottle.
Yeah. So if I
What-
sell
what
that for
brand is it?
$20, it's like I took $20 of my own
Safe.
money.
Superstore.
Into
No,
the
they
gallery.
probably said on the thing on
Oh, PC. It is.
it. It's just right.
I got it from Superstore, but I didn't. But it is. It's a PC brand,
So
and it
opening
has
bid-
the thing, and then also
opening
lit
bid for
like
the
that.
very first. And if you don't buy it tonight, it's going to be my new water bottle.
Jamie Gray says that looks awesome.
That is
Yeah.
so nice. Is it like sealed?
You
So
can
can
look
like
at
wash it.
It's got like a screw top where you can really
Screw top
chug.
and screw top.
I don't like the sucky ones where you
Yeah.
you can pop it and then like slurp out of it. But the ones where you can like guzzle. $25 on the water bottle to Kelly.
Nice, Kelly.
Smart move, Kelly. That's going to be the very first piece of Isle of Rue merchandise.
I have a question. How much was your Wendy O?
Do you have a bid on it?
No, you have the phone. But I was gonna
like
ask.
anything. I'll
Okay.
take anything.
I'll take anything.
It's
Okay,
one of those nights.
perfect. Okay, people,
Honestly, if
Look at
somebody
how
just
cute
wanted
this
to carry Wendy home, I'd give it to them.
that's really fun. So this is by Amanda and Alvin. There's cute little teddy bears in all of the strawberries.
Ah.
And there's little fences, and there's cute little teddy bears in the flowers.
Can I point out something kind of academic?
Yes, please.
It actually is a fairly strong illustration of the worm's eye view.
Worm's eye view. Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. You're right.
It'd be a great art lesson piece.
There you go. Opening is 60. It's a collaboration between Amanda and Alvin.
I love the background on
I know, me too. So yeah, it's like aerosol and paint markers.
that.
And I love that the strawberries are also called like the heartberry. And so it's like, it's just really lovely. And here it says, please stay out. Please.
How many people got alive right now?
All of them.
How many people? 8.
Lucky number 13.
Guys, tell your friends.
Lucky
to
number
come to
13.
Rumble.
And if you don't like strawberries, maybe you like skulls. This is by Amanda and Alvin. I
Can
really,
have your phone? Cinco.
I really love all of the different teddy bears you're going to find in this one too. I like the fire and the ice. I love the tree, the growth and the death. Also, this one says, keep out. So
No, please.
No, please. Just keep out.
Does it say Plez?
It says please on this one.
Is that a thing?
Please. On the sign at the bottom.
PLZ.
Oh yeah. Plez.
Please.
I used to teach a very famous person's son who used to say Plez all the time.
See? He was onto something.
How much was that?
This one's 40. Sorry. Yeah, this one's opening
For
40.
I like the sky.
Yeah.
So like blue in both of them.
So beautiful.
yeah, I really always have a sense of time bandits when these things are kind of hanging in the sky like that.
Okay. Also, not only Morgan is a lovely artist in
Morgan.
that family, but Nova is also amazing
Oh,
artist.
wow. That one is highly complete.
Is it? Yeah, isn't it? She brought this one and she was working on this one here. So look how happy, like
Can I trust you with this job?
5. Yeah. This is $5 opening bid for the happy. Look how happy the family and their puppies. And is that a time machine?
Happy,
Is
happy,
that-
joy,
that-
joy?
Oh wait, is that here? Is that the phone booth?
It probably is open. So.
Oh my gosh.
These are some genius artworks. You probably want to snap them up. Put them in
So
the-
$5?
Put them in the vault.
And then look at this
Put them
fairy.
in the vault.
Happy
What is
fairy. A Dalek. Oh, that looks like cool
Dalek?
skater street. Dalek?
Mhm.
This one?
A Dalek, maybe.
This one?
I don't see any Daleks.
What is that?
Doctor Who.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't
Maybe the
Dalek
blue one though?
Well, that like
I don't know.
he transports in a phone booth. I think. The
Yeah.
TARDIS.
TARDIS.
The TARDIS is a phone booth.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, time machine phone booth.
Yes.
Thank you, Jamie. I only know certain things. And I can't pretend other things. I go like, haha, yeah, that's great. And I go, what is that?
The,
You never know. That's
Exactly. It's true.
the TARDIS is blue though. Is that red?
The TARDIS is blue. The
Yeah.
same thing.
So we have a bid from Nick for the water bottle for $50.
Can you put my Calgary in?
Yes.
$50 for the water bottle.
Why do you say that
$50.
like it's not a good deal. Didn't we used to be friends, Galen?
Should
I'm
be
just
more,
kidding,
he
I'm
said.
just
Good
I'm just
water
kidding.
bottles.
Sorry. It's my idea funny. Galen put himself way out tonight, by the way, to come, and so did Sandra,
Yeah.
to come and help protect.
I still don't know how much it was.
Nick ordered the water bottle for $50.
Okay, Nick. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Look. Rich painted where the river troll lives.
Can I tell you what's special about that painting of Calgary? And it probably won't surprise you. 1,000% from memory.
That doesn't surprise me, actually.
Just because, like, I was painting it, and I had, of course, like, I started with the bridge, and I was like, yeah, I think this is here, and I think this is here. I've actually never seen the city from this vantage point, because that would be from about,
50 feet up in the
Yeah,
sky.
they're pretty high up.
yeah, right, yeah, a couple hundred feet in the sky looking into downtown. But I was imagining it, and I was imagining us, and you can kind of trace your finger from the train past the troll to where we would be. And that's just an area
Troll.
that Jess and I walk all the time.
Bridge,
Yeah.
we're over here.
When you do that, do you have to close your eyes? Or do you...
No.
Which
We'll
it
talk
sounds
about-
like a funny
No,
question.
no.
like-
Look, this is a question that I've been tracking my whole life.
That's water
So
coloring.
when I close my
Watercolor.
eyes, it turns out I don't see what other people see. And I thought we all saw the same things inside our heads. And it's kind of embarrassing the way I discovered this. Somebody took every episode of Friends and overlapped them. So it's like this pink fuzz that, and in the opening credits, because like 3 or 4 years would be the same, and then 3 or 4, there'd be like a lag. There'd be like
If you'd like
moments
to
where you see
bid,
like
text
little tiny flickers of
403-629-7424.
the characters popping up, and then you see like where the layers almost sort of come together to see the title, and then they'll fall and laugh in the fountain, and then there's this just real chaotic pink snow and sound and morph, and you sort of can recognize pieces of it. But and I was like, hey, that's so cool. They found a way to show what it looks like inside our heads, and my friends were all like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, this is what you close your eyes, it looks exactly what you see when you close your eyes. And they're like, this is not what we see when we close our eyes. But the best way I used to describe it was when I was a kid, Channel 4 would have like the words and the weather and the text.
Yeah.
And then Channel 5 was CTV. And sometimes Channel 2 and 4 and 5 would kind of blend in to like 3 channels at once. And inside my head is like about 30 channels at once, which I think is why I draw, right? Because then I can take the image and make it stay still. But like I actually felt kind of sad for myself when I realized that it's unusual to see pink snow inside their heads. And so for me, it's just this constant blaring of sound and light. So I would never close my eyes to formulate a drawing.
No, but I get it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you see when you close your eyes? A lot of people can see black,
auras.
like almost like a burning out of the what you saw before.
No, but even when it's the dark, it's just like color.
Oh, like flickering colors,
Yeah.
almost like
they kinda,
fireworks.
come sometimes close and then go away.
Cool.
They're like color splashes, like mostly blues and purples and reds, but it's kind of like coming from different places, and then they'll kind of come into
Yeah.
vision.
I see
down,
like
I
the
just
snow,
go
but
like
it's
this.
pink.
I think I'm kind of like rich in the fact that it's like a bunch of different images, but it's like it's always morphing. Like nothing's ever still.
Yeah.
It's like you almost make it out, and then it changes to something else.
Although,
That's what's going on.
Would
my
you
brain.
say it's almost never still until it is, and then when it is still, it's perfect?
Probably?
Yeah.
I would say
What's
that.
your opinion?
It's absolute chaos until it's not.
But it
and
was
then
like that one time when you asked, I'm sorry to talk about
No.
if when you dream, how do you, and you're in the dream.
Yeah.
And
How do you see-
ask,
how do you see your memories?
I'm always outside of myself, looking down.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. See, I'm always like
never
I'm
first
myself.
person.
I'm
I'm
always first
never
person.
first
I have a
person.
couple
I'm
first
always
persons
here.
from car
God.
accidents and bike crashes and things. That if it was a extremely, but you probably play video games.
Not really. No.
No.
Nope.
I noticed a lot of the kids that play first person shooters have first person memories. It's like
That's interesting.
I'm always here though.
Yeah.
I'm the omniscient.
I'm like my own eyes, and sometimes I'm other people's eyes.
This is by
Always
Stephanie
That's
Rainbow
gorgeous.
Rundle. Rainbow Rundle. Opening 20.
oh, I know that. I know Mount Rundle.
Rumble.
Well, for me, yeah, but
Is it by Cochrane?
where is it? Do you know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's one of my. I recognize that from driving home. That you can see it. I've seen that before.
I have a friend who carried his sister up that mountain.
Wow. That's intense.
Gorgeous.
Isn't
Look
it?
at the blue. I'm having a thing with blue today, apparently.
Oh, it's so nice. Beautiful. Opening $20.
Is it fun?
Stephanie Inez.
When was the last time you checked the phone?
It's open. I'm not missing
I'm
anything.
gonna send you a ping just to check.
Good.
Ping.
Ding.
Oh, it works. So it's just a really slow night. That's great.
Look, aliens.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, look, a cute garbage bag. I mean,
It's so cute.
Garbage. Someone came here and they painted it and then they left on the table.
Can I see?
And I don't really want to sell it because it's like, I don't know, but they left it here. It's so cute.
When did this
Very
happen?
cute.
A guy and a girl, and they've been here lots of times, and then he just left on the table. I'm like,
I think you should sell it.
but it's so cute.
What do you mean you want to keep
I
it?
don't know.
Are
Look at
you
those
worried
dots of color.
Are you worried about
They
consent?
probably left it because they wanted
No,
to
if
leave
you
it.
come to Rumble
Yeah.
House and you paint something and you leave your painting here, it's to sell. That's my understanding of, and I invented this place.
Trust me,
So-
I
So
know.
that's the rule, right? He left it here for you to sell.
$5 opening bid.
Did it have an indication of how much?
Zero
Let's
indication.
just make the opening bid $20.
Okay, $20.
That's
Okay.
safe. And then if they come back, we'll have $10 waiting in an envelope or half of whatever it sells for.
That's literally so cute. It's so cute.
It's so cute.
Design student for sure, because
Yeah.
he's got his color palette in the top
100%.
left-hand corner.
Like the fabric.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, $20 opening bid for the cute garbage can. Also, $40 for the abducted Tenter.
Who is that?
This is by Morgan.
Okay.
Also. Beautiful. Beautiful. Love it.
I'm so got such an amazing
I know.
Someone came
Who
here.
does he?
Jesus sandwich.
Jesus
That's what I'm gonna call him.
Jesus sandwich.
Actually.
That's pretty cool.
Did you say
No, I thought maybe somebody told
It
us
was a grilled
who made the.
I call it
It was-
pan
that
de
was
la
what I was
Gabe.
Yeah, grilled cheese. I've seen that.
Okay.
So funny.
Next, we just met.
Can you plead with the 7 people that are online to share the link?
There's 12 here.
Oh, that's better than one I have. I can make the 12.
It's going between 14 and 10.
Okay, no, it just says 7 on yours, and that's way worse.
We were.
It is funny. I wonder how many times I look at the feed and see that there's like, oh, you know why? Because there's 6 people watching on.
Oh, YouTube and Facebook.
Yeah, right. So
So,
that's extra stressful to me, right? When there's nobody watching, because
I just
what's
want to
so
make
funny?
sure. I was just listening and.
Sorry.
No, it's funny. I'm laughing.
What's funny?
Okay, it's a grilled cheeses to go with this
Ah!
sandwich.
I have no idea what you're saying.
Grilled cheeses instead of a grilled.
Cheese.
Jesus.
Grilled cheese.
Cheese.
It's grilled.
Oh, it's a
cheeses.
cheese. It's a grilled cheese sandwich. It looks like Jesus.
No, but it's a maker. And you can make grilled cheese sandwiches.
Oh,
grilled cheeses.
Okay. Grilled cheeses.
It's okay. Just
That's
That's
A
awesome.
stigmata.
Yeah. Stigmata. Okay.
It's the stigmata toaster.
If we could, before when we were all together in a room and there was a new artist, we.
Sorry.
Oh no, you're not too late.
What's the bid?
Hold on. I have to.
I'll take this for a second. Whose is this?
Eli. So big
Is-
round of applause for Eli. It was his first time bringing work down. Yay!
Is Eli here?
No, you meant Eli. He
Is
left.
Eli French?
No, remember Eli was here just as you were coming in. Eli and Dan were leaving.
Do you know where Eli's from? Is he from the northern Alberta? Let me tell you
I
why.
don't know.
My dad's from Bonnyville,
40 opening.
and my grandmother used to always say to me, you know, oh, Richard, I'd like you to make me a painting. I'm like, sure, I'll make you a painting. She's like, I just want you to paint me the northern lights so I can see them out my window. I was like, I have no idea what you're talking about. And this happened from when I was like born till when I was, well, she passed away last summer when I was in my early mid-century. And the crazy thing is, I saw, okay, I know what northern lights are. I've seen them on TV. I've seen them in paintings. I've never actually seen northern lights until this summer, right after my grandmother passed. And she asked me like 100 times to paint her the northern lights, but I had no idea what she was talking about. It'd be like, Sandra, don't do anything special. Just paint me the flippity flu. And you're like, yeah, I don't know what that is. But this is weird because 2 things. Where did I see northern lights this summer since my grandmother passed? Not in town.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they've
they're
been
right here.
showing
They've
off
been
in
here.
Calgary and everything.
Okay, so I got a sense of the first time I ever saw northern lights right after my grandmother passed. And the first thing I thought of when I saw the real northern lights was this random drawing my dad did when he was in high school. So flashback, my grandmother was in Bonnyville. Couple, actually, speaking of Jesus, she had a glow-in-the-dark Jesus that hung on the wall and
That's
scared the
awesome.
sugar snaps out of
Sugar
me.
snap.
But I also thought it was super cool. But I also, my mom was a bit of a hypochondriac, so she thought anything that glowed was radioactive. And so I wasn't allowed to go in a tent because they were flammable. I wasn't allowed to sleep on a bunk bed because I'd fall off and die. And there's a number of weird things I wasn't allowed to do. I could climb on roofs. I would jump from roof to roof all across our neighborhood, but I wasn't allowed to be near glow in the dark stuff. So the glow in the dark crucifix was kind of scary to me. Anyways, in the same room in my grandmother's house where there was a glow in the dark crucifix, it was my dad's old bedroom. We were visiting. I was 10 years old. That's how old Felix is now. and I unrolled this drawing, this piece of paper that was like, seemed like 1 billion years old. And it was kind of a 1950s looking science fiction landscape of the moon with a planet just like this,
Wow.
and kind of sky that looked like the Northern Lights. Now, I don't think, is this painting not meant to be the Northern Lights? I don't think it is.
Probably space.
I think like the cosmos.
And
Yeah.
when you first showed it, I was seeing all the sparkles and I was really like, wow, I don't know what I'm looking at. And then when I saw this planet, I immediately had flashbacks to, no, I saw this and I had a flashback to seeing the Northern Lights, which gave me a flashback to my dad's painting, which gave me a flashback to the Jesus, which gave me a flashback to my grandma asking for a painting of the Northern Lights.
Whoa.
So the circuit is complete. And if I hadn't spent $40 on fluffy things, I would opening the bid on this. But I think that's
should
no, because you and I have the same bank account and we need to use that money to pay rent this month. So
The first time I saw the Northern Lights, it scared me
it should, right?
because I didn't know what it was.
Nobody
yeah.
warned you.
And
Imagine
I
the
was
ancient
like-
people.
In the car with my cousins in Saskatchewan, driving from small town to small town. and
Yeah.
it's so clear, and then
Yeah.
I'm like looking out the
So
back
bright.
window, and I'm like,
Yeah.
"There's aliens!" Like I
Yeah,
don't know.
totally.
It's like something is in the sky, guys. And they
right
were like-
now.
All farm boys, and they were laughing so hard. So I was like,
Aw.
okay, city girl, sit
City
down.
girl.
Do you know
It's
when there are
basically
northern
all
lights in the northern hemisphere? There's exact matching opposite northern lights in the southern hemisphere.
Like, are they
Somewhere in the
southern?
world on the other side of the planet, there's a mirror image of those northern lights.
Southern Australia, Borealis, or
Southern Lights.
Australia.
Interesting.
Like Antarctica for all I know.
So this is by Eli, and it was his first time dropping off artwork, and it was really nice meeting Eli because it was like he didn't know what to expect, and I was like, honestly, like coming in is like the bravest thing
Did you
because
ask
then
how they found out about us?
yeah, he said his friend's girlfriend,
Okay.
roommate,
Okay.
a line like
Said
that,
Go to Rumble House.
and said you should go to Rumble House because
What's the opening bid?
she's
Oh,
designing
Rumble
stuff
House,
for
yeah,
bands right now, and she said you'd love Rumble House.
What's the
It's
opening bid?
$40 opening for this
I'll bid
beautiful
$40.
piece. I think it's really lovely. Like it's yeah, like you said, there's lots of associations when you see it. So this is by
But
Eli.
from the first angle I saw it, I
Yeah.
wasn't in love with it.
Yeah.
Because it was so quiet.
Right.
And then as it turned, I saw the sparkles and I started to like it
make
more.
gorgeous.
But then when it turned again,
You see
the
where
full light hit
the
it, and I was like, I
colours
think
in
I
the
will buy that.
background, the green.
Isn't that beautiful?
So it's a little bit like sometimes a new Bob Dylan album where you're like, I don't think I like this.
Right. And then you keep
And then you're
listening.
like, I can't live without it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you guys will all have to live without it because I just bought it.
And also, Eli brought. So this is really cool because so Eli was he does he does lanyards and different functional pieces, and he wanted to let people know that these are not real feathers. They're fake feathers, and they're painted because we're talking about how it's like so important, like the ethical sourcing of things, and that it's not and he also said that he didn't want people buying things and then thinking it was real, and then this he wanted it to be like just totally up and
I
up.
have a weird sense of like happiness and comfort about that not being a real feather.
That's what I
Yeah.
told him. I was like,
Yeah.
they're like
It
people
looks real, too.
exactly, and there's like a feeling of it that's like just really earnest. He does all the wrapping, he does all the like the work. So he had some that were on the back, like painted background for hanging. And then he had this one that was, so if you're interested in one of these, they're $30. And like he said, so the feathers are false feathers painted. And then he does the beadwork and he does the wrapping himself. So these are $30 opening if you're interested in a feather piece. Oh, that buzzed.
That was just me checking if the phone's working.
Yes, it is. Oh, it's working. Okay. So yeah, those were Eli's, and it was really nice that he came by and dropped his work off because it's just nice. Like it isn't like we started this place because like art places can be intimidating, but we're still like, it's still intimidating when you don't know the space. So it was like really powerful that he could come in. And I said, you're curious, you came, and that's the biggest step. And he's like, yeah, now I know like what to expect, he said. So that's very nice. Or a little bit more. I said it's always different. but then at least you kind of know. Rich Teru, would you like to talk about this one?
That is a soup line from a 1920s or 30s photo, very famous photo. There's a few photos I visited a few times. Maybe this one I painted as often as I painted the fellas sitting on that girder in Chicago. It is on a frame that I might stabilize a bit depending on what you're going to do with it. If you want to just tack it to the wall, it's good. If you want me to put a slightly more endurance frame on it, it'll be a little flatter. So it's on a pretty nice, it's on a really loud paisley, which I painted into, and it's quite sparse, and it was a lot of work to not overpaint it. And I stopped it just in time because I felt like I needed just a little, one more little wafer like that. And I was just about to pop, and I decided to stop painting it. And then the next day I saw it, and I really love layers of how descriptive it is, despite the simplicity of it. And the other thing is, we were visiting with my friend who had bought the other version of this, a previous version of this. And I was just standing there with this canvas, and I said, what should I paint? And he said, why don't you paint my soup line? And so I thought, well, that's nice, because sometimes when you sell a painting, you feel like you probably shouldn't revisit it again.
Mhm.
And it was because he said, why don't you paint my soup line? That I was like, actually really in the mood to paint that. So I repainted it, and I think he might have liked it. And then I felt bad that he already had it. And if you'd like to see it under the black light, I think some of it's black light, but some of it isn't. Maybe you can just buy it and put it under your own black light. The gold part in the background is gold, and the black it's gold, black, and red. So there's only a few colors on there, plus the purple paisley that was there in the background. And I actually wouldn't mind hanging this in my house.
So no pressure.
No, but maybe I'll start the bid. Have I sold anything tonight? Nothing. The water bottle.
Yes. Water bottle.
Okay. Maybe I'll start it. At
No, you sold your bum.
That's gonna come around the 27th. As we get closer to not making rent, Rich sells his bum. But right now,
Didn't somebody bid on that one?
which one?
Oh no, I was asking what the opening bid was.
Yeah. Maybe 50 opening bid on that one.
Oh, we do.
Because if I sell that one, I have to like stabilize the frame. If I don't sell it, I can kind of
Just hang it.
Well, because it's not that I'm not picky; it's that I know how to hang it flat.
Exactly.
Right? I might put some work into the frame if somebody really wants it. Did my city of Cat nothing sold?
I like your city. Sorry,
I do too. Yeah, you haven't been giving us opening bids.
Yeah, we've been talking about it.
Anything $5.
$5.
That one's
Start
black
with $5, even though I know it's worth way more than $5. I'm gonna start.
Okay, so this bid is currently at $5. I really love the gradient of this building. Is
Dude,
so
that's
beautiful.
gorgeous.
It's
That
like
brown.
Sky.
yeah, and the sky and the curve of everything. Like it's
It
really
feels so
Totally
warm.
Who's that?
That's why.
Sandra.
Oh, okay.
I'm thinking if we go Lucas here, he would love it because it has the train.
10? 10 to Kaylee.
Carrie.
Sorry, Carrie. I was even singing the Joni Mitchell song Carrie in my head, so I don't know why I said Kaylee. I'm sorry. Carrie. $10. Yeah. 15 to Sandra.
Rich?
Yeah.
Are you selling the bigger pieces that are on the back?
Yeah. Everything must go.
Thank you for asking,
I've been eyeing
Crabs.
them all night. They're going to it.
Nobody showed up for figure drawing since we went to Chicago. So we usually have 10 people a week for figure drawing. We told people for months that we were going to be away for Chicago, and we went to Chicago. I think maybe a few people showed up that night.
Two
anyways.
people texted me while we were in the jazz club.
And I was like, no.
We're
And
not
then,
in the city.
I don't know if we're on boycott or what, but for figure drawing on Thursdays, there's been a number of people that canceled as models. Maybe it's the weather, and also we've only had like one person per night showing up. So if nobody shows up, Justin will like, well, we're going home. And then if we pay for a model and nobody shows up, it costs us money, but that's fine. We'll draw the model. And then so for the next 2 months, we're just going to use Jess as the model. And if nobody shows up, we're going to give ourselves permission not to do it anymore. But that was Jess in a bodysuit, and I had some black paper, some peach colored.
Just gouache
Gouache.
on black, and then it's just negative space, like just the arms and the legs painted. How powerful! Like,
It looked like a photograph.
They did. They did look like
I
photographs.
know.
Like that one and the other one that you had, the first one.
That one.
That one.
Right, and there's
this one hurts so bad. I was like, I immediately regret this decision. This better be a good drawing, and then it was. You don't realize how heavy your head is until you try to hold it tipped back. I do not have the neck muscles for this.
So there are several ways that I approach drawing. Well, there's actually probably a couple hundred ways that I approach drawing. But this is one style I started when I, it was kind of a staff meeting thing, actually. I would get bored at staff meetings, and I would intentionally, instead of like, you're supposed to like sketch out where the blocking of things are when you start. So you make triangles and shapes and things. But one day, maybe in my second or third year of teaching, I'd be so bored out of my mind at a staff meeting that I would start with a toe and work my way around the body. So you're building off a context that it's the same with these, because to tell you the truth, the brush I was using was quite big, about the size of your pinky finger. And so all the details were just by using the corner of the brush. And so Jess was posing, and I would just start with one of the feet and work my way up. There's no sketching.
This
there's
implied knee in the back is
Right.
so gorgeous.
But it really requires, and we're talking about vision.
Yeah.
To do these, what I do is I'm looking at the black paper, I look at the leg, and then my mind throws the leg onto the black paper and I trace it on. My mind throws the foot down and I trace it on. And I can only do like a piece of the body at a time that way. So I'll look at the knee, and if I get the knee in the right place, then I'll build the hip in. If I get the hip in the right place, I'll drop the leg down. I get the other foot in, and then I sort of like doing this, like trying to land where the bottom of the armpit's going to be interlaced. So it is kind of an interesting journey for me, because when I look at these, I see where I started and I trace my way around, and they're not sketched out in any way. It's just an absolute commitment from the first stroke.
Very.
And then when I'm done, I was so exhausted, I don't really remember making them. So it's like I wipe out the
It
experience.
takes all of that
And then I
effort.
kind
Yeah.
of look at them going, oh, who did that? He's pretty smart. And then, how did he do that?
Magic.
So
With this magic wand.
even though I was there and I took a part in making it, I still look at them afterwards and I'm a little mystified. Like, that looks pretty nice.
I feel like that's how art should be.
Yeah.
And there's something nice about this paper. Well, there's a couple nice things about this paper. One of them is I started shooting Polaroids over the last 2 or 3 years, and I buy these stacks of black paper, and I get those from Walmart.
Oh
And I
yeah.
have to buy a brand new binder once every month. And I get those from Walmart. And then there's 2 places I can go to for those little tiny corners to put the photos in. And at the beginning of the month, I take a portion of what I used to spend on alcohol, and I go and buy a couple $100 worth of film. And yeah, and then I take a lot of photos. And then so that paper actually is quite fond and familiar to me, because I use it for my photo albums. And I probably I didn't have one per month when we started. It was maybe last summer when I gave my permission to start a budget for film.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I crammed a year's worth of photos into one book, and it's just puffy, like won't close properly because it's both sides. I crammed another year's of photos in another book, and now I have a book per month of photos, so, which I keep in a plastic box because we live in a shabby old building where the pipes could break at any time.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Hey, but like kudos to that cute old building.
Yeah.
That even in the power outage, I was like, I hope the things don't freeze now, and that it starts like, and it didn't. she's a good old girl.
Yeah.
She takes care of us. That cute little building. Very beautiful. Very beautiful. I like how everything you do is so diverse too. It's like your buildings. Yeah, it's just like also
Yeah.
you do such different things all the time.
How much are the figures starting?
Yeah. Thank you.
I think maybe for all three, at $15.
I'll do 15 for the 30.
They'd be a really nice pin to the wall. They'd be nice in a frame with a different colored backing. They'd be nice in one of those cheesy like family frames where you have one for 3 photos.
Yeah.
It'd be nice in 3 mismatching frames from a thrift store. It'd be nice. They'd be really nice if you bought cheap frames and craft painted the edges with something cute and silly. So you had cute and silly frames,
Neon,
and then
yellow.
very serious studies in the center.
Yeah.
I have
Like, you know, like those very ornate.
Yeah.
With like.
Yes.
I have a
I've been working on paper a lot for the last little while, mostly because we ended up inheriting some paper, and it's very freeing to not be on a really expensive, huge canvas, so I can do a lot of different works and not get too attached to them.
I thought of them because in my room is like it's like wood paneling, but it's all painted white. But the ceiling, someone left. It's like black, and then there's like it's like white, but then there's like a black square in it. It's very interesting. The whole
That's
room used to be
cool.
black.
Wow.
Like underneath the white is like all black. But I was like, those would tie in
So
nicely to the
there's-
black and the it's just like a big rectangle, and then like
That's-
the middle of it's white. It's like white, black, white.
Interesting.
Is it a chalkboard?
No, the roof is like tiling. Almost.
Interesting.
It's like not even like a flat roof. There's like tiles on it.
Huh.
Very, very interesting.
Who's our model for tomorrow?
Me? Honestly, like I don't know anymore. Like,
Okay.
and we're not gonna do it on the 15th because we're going to Bowie.
Yeah.
Ah,
We're not fighting for
and we're
it.
not doing it on
It's
the
like if people show
29th
up,
because
we'll do
I
our
have
best.
open house.
For what it's worth, I was gonna go tomorrow, but I actually ended up having to
See,
leave
and I think that's just
outside.
what it is. Like people are busy. Like there's things happening, right? So it's like
We're
I
not worried
appreciate
about-
that.
We're not worried about being there
Yeah.
and people not showing up. We're not worried about hiring more. When we first opened, it was so tight at Gorilla House. It cost me $3,000 a month to stay open, and I needed to make around $5,000 a month to cover all the costs because there's all the other stuff. So I remember running Gorilla House. It was really stressful if we hired a model and people didn't show up. It's like I can't believe we lost money. But now it's like we're used to losing money. But also, we've never made money off of figure drawing. It's just something we do. And so if people show up, it's great. And if they're doing something else that they love, it's great. And the only thing I worry about is there'll be a point where we stop doing it and everybody like, how come you don't do figure drawing anymore? It's like,
Exactly
oh.
what'll happen.
You know it.
Well, that was the
Exactly.
strategy. We're gonna.
Should we do
Jess is gonna model
$5 for the fox.
$5 for the
$5 for the fox.
There's something about that blue today.
I didn't mean to cut you off. Sorry, you were talking. I was like $5 for the fox. I just thought I'd throw it in while you guys were
I didn't
talking.
notice
Sorry.
it cut me off.
Okay, good. I'm sorry.
You
I did.
said anything?
I didn't intend it to
No
be.
harm,
That's
no
all.
foul.
Okay. So, Kelly bid $5 for the fox. This is Kelly's cute little bunny, and he has glowing eyes, and he or she or marshmallow.
You know where
Marshmallow.
Tiny Little Cher's dying?
Don't say it.
Don't say it.
Opening
Not like that.
opening is $65.
It was originally a regular chair, and it had longer legs, and it had 2 more stabilizers. So I think I'm looking at 4 stabilizers underneath. I think there was 6 in total, and the bottom 2 stabilizers had broken apart. And so it was like, well, I can see this and this works, which is like, oh no,
There's 4.
was there 4?
Yeah.
So there used to be 6.
Opening is
There might have been
$65.
But the bottom 2 had come loose, And I sort of assessed, if I cut it off at this height, then I don't have to fix this chair. So I was sitting there sawing at this chair, and it's really old hardwood, so it like took forever to saw. And everybody that walked by, they're like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm making a mini chair," and they're like, "That's stupid." And then everybody,
Everyone's so judgy.
This is the chair.
Now I shouldn't tip it back because I can feel it's gonna go soon. Everything here has to go to heaven.
So this is by Kelly. She did the resin in the margarita. She made the cute little strawberries with polymer clay. And then this
Is
is
that the one she said is blacklight?
yeah,
What part's blacklight?
I don't know. But this maybe the resin and maybe the like strawberry juice on his mouth. But this is marshmallow and it's opening $65 and it's very cute. It says marshmallow overindulged in his strawberry margarita. He loves strawberries
Okay.
so much. He sat in the glass and drank it all up.
I don't blame him.
Right? Look, those strawberries look luscious. Actually, strawberries is a theme too tonight. It's
It is.
so lovely. Themes. So, this is by Brenda.
Ooh.
Look at that color. Actually, on the topic of blue, there's another one too by Brenda. These are like epic goblets. There's $60.
I love the idea of there being a break in at some point and getting knocked out by just a glass goblet. It reminds
Look at me like that. Be drifting out of a goblet.
Just so you can say you
Yeah.
got it.
Don't forget the
you'd have to drink grog
Yeah.
out of that. Is grog a thing?
Yeah.
What's grog?
Yeah,
I don't know.
grog.
What is grog? Oh, is it?
It's like the weed, yeah.
So Brenda was just saying that some
Grog sounds so burly though. Means like
Sounds
eating
fun.
flowers.
It is.
With a headache.
It's honey. You're eating
Something about
flowers,
grog that's
so
different than.
text 403-629-7424.
Heavy. Are they heavy?
Yeah, it's really heavy. I'm like, I like hold it like this. And if you had liquid in it, it'd be like, ooh, it's a two-hander maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Like, look how my hand can't even close around it. It's like, if I was
Sailors, they wouldn't use it all.
big. Hold it. This
It
one.
does make me want to drink.
Oh,
Yeah,
there's a little flourish of blue in the handle.
There's something about that.
Right?
Probably just orange juice.
Look how it like the color's so beautiful. So these are by Brenda. She's our neighbor. Thank you, Brenda. Ooh. Okay. Ooh. This gives a lovely shadow. This is also by Brenda.
I'm
just scared to break those
These are pretty sturdy.
I had a wonderful glass vase by Matthias, and it shattered. I was so upset.
Oh, that
This
is
was like
that's
this was like
traumatizing.
over a year ago.
Yeah.
I was just like,
What?
I didn't get to enjoy it long
Shower.
enough.
It shattered it.
It fell off.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I almost caught it, and I just was like, do I want to catch it and get glass all over my hand, or just let it fall and take the risk with shadow?
I tend to like with glass pieces really kind of ball-like structures. So when I blew glass, I made these giant
It's by
containers,
Angela.
but they carried nothing. So it'd be like, it's because I was bad at it for one thing, but it would be like a kilogram and it would hold fluid, but only like a shot.
Mhm.
And, you know, I love them for their weirdness. I love
Have a
that.
drink.
Yeah.
And
And then as I got
also
to make
sparkly.
like sort of
You see the
basic.
sparkles in this?
It
So
is.
sparkly.
This is by Angie.
And I told you I made a poster
Yeah.
in high school for the play that looked like that.
Yeah.
And it's somewhere. I think my parents didn't throw it out. And every time I've gone by woods in the dark at nighttime, I have a flashback to this poster. It was like a murder play. Moida.
A murder most foul. $20?
Sure, sounds good. Sounds like a question.
Okay.
$20?
So we have no bid for this. But it glows in the dark under the black light. No bid for a punk rock Wendigo. We have. Do we have $5 on
Yeah.
the Fox? $5 on the Fox going once, going twice, going 3 times. You have a 10-minute lag on the Fox. Fox. Does this have a bid?
Yeah.
How much?
15.
$15 for the downtown of Calgary. Going once, twice,
Sandra.
3 times. You have a 10-minute lag.
This got a bid for $30 to Keith.
$30. Going once, twice, 3 times. And you got 10-minute lag. Did Jesus get a pass me this? Did he get a bid?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Oh, Rich.
Oh,
You did
this
show
is
these
funny.
ones.
This is what I did today because I was stranded at the open house. So this I painted.
I have a piece like that in that color.
Do you?
Yeah, it's like that gold ochre color. I have like a big, almost winter scene of it. It's my
Okay, that's
Yes,
actually that's
I know
actually
that.
paint. That's that's with the one brown yellow temper puck that nobody likes. So it's like the one paint color that's left over. This is different.
I know.
Guess what this is?
Yellow.
It's a field.
What is it made? What do you think it's made out
I
of?
can't
Can you see it from there? Come look, or maybe smell it.
Lemon.
Lemon?
It's not lemon.
Oh, it's it.
Coffee.
Nope.
Banana. Turmeric.
I can tell by the color.
That's turmeric.
It's like turmeric makes that color.
I was gonna say, or
What is
Yeah.
You made what?
Spice?
A spice.
Yeah, I was gonna say cinnamon at first. 'cause
In
it
the-
smells almost
Yeah, in
Yeah,
the
it's a
summer.
little cinnamony.
In the summer, we did turmeric prints, and then you were just painting with it today, right? Is that
Yeah.
true? That's cool.
I painted not the Mona Lisa,
Not the Mona Lisa.
and it's funny because I set out
Mona Lisa.
to not paint the Mona Lisa.
Mona Lisa.
And this girl walks into my classroom. She's like, "That looks like not the Mona Lisa." And I'm like, "Oh my god!" Like that's what I was like. I had a picture of the Mona Lisa. It was very small, and I was in the mood to paint it, and I wanted it to not be the Mona Lisa. So I was like, "I'm gonna paint not the Mona Lisa." This is the thought I had in my head. Kid walks in. She goes, "That looks like," long pause, "not the Mona Lisa." And I was like, "Communication complete."
Communication.
After it got soup thrown at it.
So now here's the other funny thing about this. I painted it. I looked at it and thought, wow, I need to stop selling paintings that I don't want my name on. Because I thought that looks like shit. And then I carried it out and I got to the car and I pulled it out of the car and I thought, holy shit. And then so I had 2 experiences that both involved shit.
I was touching your butt for your phone. It has nothing to do with what you were just talking about.
I'm turning my
That
butt
was
to you.
really bad timing. Sorry.
And so I'll tell you something. I like it. I don't know if you can see it. No, you're not really going to see it. I'd have to turn all the lights out. But I love it in the dark, which is kind of an ugly thing to say about your painting. When I got outside in the dusk, pulling it out of my car, I couldn't believe how good it was. And then I came in and it's okay. Like, it's fine. I have no problem putting my name on it. You're a little closer.
What else did you use coming back for?
But
Your joints.
And immunity too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but I mean.
But this looks really nice in the half light.
Cooking.
Okay,
Curry.
no bid for this.
All right. It's like,
Tea, right? It's like
This is another of the. Yeah. We're keeping this one. We're keeping this one. This one has a TikTok video that goes with it, and sometimes I'll take my Ray-Ban glasses, which apparently offend people, and I'll put my glasses on, and they're interesting because I guess that Google Glasses really offended people, and there's a whole cancel culture backlash around Google Glasses. And after Google Glasses failed, Ray-Ban took a stab at it. Now, I really love my Ray-Ban glasses because I can put them on and I can record myself. My hands are free to record, but I get a video from my eye view.
Yeah.
So not only are my hands in the video and I'm seeing my hands in the video, but I'm also seeing in the video my head tracking. So I think this one's kind of special because it comes with a lifelong
Making up.
TikTok video. The other funny thing is I can reach up and press the record and it only records for 1 minute. It's just they intentionally built the glasses to not do as much as you'd expect because people are afraid you go in the bathrooms, and bathrooms seem to be a fear of a lot of like people out there. But the same people that are really afraid of who's using their bathroom also freaked out about the glasses. So I kind of like them. I think we should just either have individual bathrooms for everybody or one bathroom for everybody. But I feel like the people that get out and drive their trucks and honk over bathrooms also hate my glass. Do you remember that one guy? There's this one truck protest guy that would, wherever I go, before I spot him, he starts shouting at me from across the street because this is like a year before I bought the Ray-Ban glasses. He thinks my glasses can record him. He's like, why don't you take the glasses off and say that? And I'm like, what is he saying? And I have a deaf ear. So Jess does this weird kind of like survival.
He says he likes your glasses.
And he's looking for a fight, but I can never hear him. So he's like, I'm like, do we know him? And Jess is like, yep, just smile away. And as I'm walking away, I'm like, what did he say? And he's like, he likes your glasses. And I'm like, no, that guy's looking for a fight. And you never tell me. I'm deaf. I need to know when it's time to fight. I'm shouting. I almost had a fight on the weekend. There's a doorway right next to ours, and we kept finding burnt refuge in our closet space next door because people have been burning little fires in the cubby next door, and the wind blows the fire around the corner into our little storage space, and it's all wood. So we walk in, there's like burned out piles here. We're like, that's not safe. And then we see next to the curtain inside our space, there's like the burned out bits have blown in there. Like, that's not safe. Sometimes people flick their butts and they're like, that's not safe. And Sunday morning, we were driving to get Felix, his clarinet was broken, and there's two people having a fire in the doors there, and just like, oh my God. I'm like, stop the car. And she's like, I'm like, so we did what do you call it when you roll by and I have to jump out of the moving car to go solve problems. She doesn't want to get involved, but it's like, but that's our building. So I walked up to these two fellas as gently as I could, and I was like, you guys can't have fires here. And all I needed them to say was, no, we won't have fires here. But I started getting this guff. I was like, oh, we're leaving. I was like, well, I kind of know that means you're not leaving. And I don't think you're really hearing the magnitude of what I have to say. You really can't have fires here. Like, I'm not trying to be a jerk. And whenever I have these confrontations, I always go to the car, I get $20 and go, here, take this, go get some food, go take care of yourself. But really, I need you to know you can't have fires here. And it could have gone one of two ways. It could have been like, hey guys, you can't have a fire here. And they're like, sorry, leave. We're friends forever. Or it could have been like, what's your problem? And then all of a sudden I'm like, okay, you're going to find out my problem in 10 seconds. So the end of the story is I get in the car. My kid looks at me like he doesn't know me. 3/4 into the story is who's here the night that I got a butterfly knife pulled on me? Anybody? We hear that? Okay. So there's a way that somebody pulls out a butterfly knife when they're trying to intimidate you. There's also a way that somebody reaches into their pocket when they're just going to shank you, right? And there's a total difference. There's a total difference between this is for show and I don't want you to see my hand go in the pocket. So in the middle of like, what did I yell?
It matters.
Yeah, like,
I'm
hey, what's your problem? It doesn't matter. I'm like, no, it matters. It's a fire. We feed people here. This place is important, and you're gonna burn it down. And the one guy's like, kind of like on the cusp of like, yeah, you're right. We probably shouldn't have done this. And the other guy's like, what is it? And I saw the hand go in his pocket, and there was a tone in my voice when I just looked at his pocket and said, "Don't." And it might have been, go ahead.
Yeah.
But there's the tone when I said don't, or the tone when I said go ahead. It was the same tone, and there was a shift in that moment where he was like, okay, I'll stab you next time. I don't know what he had in his pocket, but it wasn't like you stick 'em on. It wasn't a pretend finger gun. The hand was going in a slight way, and when he saw me say him and I addressed him, he's like, okay, I think this guy has been through this rodeo before, and
I'm not gonna test him anymore.
Yeah.
yeah, no, and like I remember I was absolutely humiliated because I raised my voice at people that were not in a very strong position, and I felt like absolute garbage. And I got in the car and I realized, Felix hasn't seen me angry yet. And to my credit, I don't yell at my kids. I've never spanked my kids. I don't raise my voice. I don't even really get tense with my kids. Both Felix and Oliver have had those moments where somebody in the street is like blowing in the wind because I've gotten loud, like, you know, in the cartoons, all their skin's peeling back. And
You explain things so well. It's like so funny.
well, because on the surface, nothing happened. Beyond the surface, it was one of my closer calls, right? Like there was a moment where I went to go address that guy on the bike path that was causing a risk for some older people that were coming down the bike path. And as I was riding up to him, I was like, how many chances do I get before I'm unlucky, right? And in this case, the experiences I had when that hand went in the pocket was just like, I'm going to have to kill you before you pull your hands out of your pocket. And then he's like, okay, next time. And then I got in the car
I'll see you
and
next time.
my endorphins were going easily. And that happened at like 8 a.m. And at 9 o'clock, I could still feel the hormones of somebody still needs to get punched because I didn't let go of that energy. And what's that got to do with this? Nothing.
I'm not sure.
Does anybody remember why I started that story?
Ray-Bans, watching it anchor.
Oh, yeah.
The whole thing.
So I painted this.
Yeah. There's a whole cycle.
There are still people online too. I painted this with my Ray-Bans on, and my experience with the Ray-Bans is funny because I can click here and it'll record for 2 minutes, or I can speak to them and go, hey, this is actually extra painful because it's a partnership between Ray-Bans and Facebook, my least favorite company. So I have to say for my Ray-Bans to do things, I'm like, hey, Facebook, play music. Boom! Now my sunglasses are playing the Pixies. Hey, Facebook, can you play Nina Simone? Boom! I'm like, oh, I'm so happy, except from anything but Facebook, right? So I think in this case, I had clean hands and I was able just to tick the ticker. But this opening is $10 for this piece. And these were all 2-minute poses. But since I was the only one there, I kept turning Jesse's 2-minute poses. Actually,
They were
I think
5-minute
this was a
poses.
1-minute pose.
No,
Where's the
Joanne.
one that you said your head hurt?
That one.
This is a 1-minute pose, and I had the legs in, and I wasn't even trying that hard. And then I realized the legs turned out really well. And she's like, okay, I'm almost done. And I'm like, okay, can you just hold it for another minute? And so the 1-minute pose turned into a 3-minute pose. The 3-minute pose turned into a 5-minute pose. And then there was a 5-minute pose. So I ended up with these 3 fit together because I got her to hang in. The other one here was a longer pose. Was this like 10 minutes? Which gave me time to put the background in, get some lights in, get up and start the record again. And so if those were $15 for the 3, I would actually ask for $20 for this one, which is like, it doesn't make a difference to you, but it does to me. So $20 opening bid for this.
Yeah.
And this is another funny painting. I just did at my desk. It's a old, shabby
That's the wallpaper.
wallpaper on a window in kind of, there'd be a guy with pigeons or something.
Yeah, pigeons.
On the roof window, but instead it's a naked thinker, and you don't know if it's the thinker or maybe it's a naked guy sitting out the window and just
Thinking.
happens to be sitting in that pose, which would explain the thinker, because maybe that's just a pose we all sit in. So think of maybe like somebody with pigeons on the roof losing their pigeons and just sitting and giving it some thought.
Oh, that's
Okay.
really sweet.
Opening bid for this is $5, and it is a good painting. I'm not shy about saying that.
It is. a good painting. It is really lovely.
And actually, the other thing I found was I really like the quiet darkness of the room here,
Mhm.
right? And I remember finishing the thinker and thinking I could just chop them out and make it a smaller painting, but then I realized if this was a window and I had this kind of quiet, that kind of lingering light, the inside and the outside. So I really like this one. Opening bid $5, but I won't be crushed if it doesn't sell. Opening bid for this one $20 again. I'm kind of okay keeping those. This is gone.
How much was that to Leanna?
35.
35.
35 for a Bear Witch's bum.
20 minutes to catch my.
Oh, did you get a piece? Did you?
This one.
Oh, do you have that one for 35?
Yes.
Okay. That is good.
Anybody else bid against it, but I don't
Nope.
think anybody.
I don't think you did. You're right. I think because Leanne bid 30 last. Yeah, you're totally right. Yeah. Perfect. Thank you.
And do you have to go for a bus?
Yes.
Do you want to just transfer us the money?
Yes. I can.
Okay, that's the plan. Okay,
Well,
perfect.
whenever you have time. If you're,
Well, I can. Yeah.
Did
Whenever I just.
Did this get a bid?
I don't think
think
so.
so.
Doo, doo, doo. I bid on this.
I believe so.
Okay. Did this get a bid? Saucy minx.
I don't think so.
It's funny because Jess sometimes really loves the pieces, and I don't always know which one she loves. But I'll find out after I sold them that she really loves them. And there's a few pieces tonight that she really loved.
Yeah.
And
I love that one.
it works out that we're keeping this one. I got this.
Leanne got that one.
It's technically not timed out.
It's technically out. We didn't know that. Just wait till Leanne goes to sleep and then time it out.
The truth is, I really can't afford it this month. So.
Yeah. Hey, but you know what you did get?
What? I do love these.
Yeah.
Did I get these?
Yes.
Have you been paid? Can I put them on?
We'll
You can
pay.
put them on.
Yeah. We'll pay.
I'll be paid.
We're good for it.
I love that these are going to make the square kids angry.
They're perfect.
Hey, Mr. Taru, aren't those
actually
girls'
really
gloves?
They suit you
They
so
do really
well.
You're in the Breakfast Club because you wear those fingerless
Yeah, those
gloves.
I love that. With a flannel. Oh.
A waffle shirt? Yeah, a waffle shirt with a.
Oh,
yeah.
wisteria and
Wisteria.
Wisteria. The
I have to go
wisteria
searching for a
gloves.
wisteria flannel.
I'm gonna shop for it and make you wisteria.
Life goals.
Actually, if this was a shirt, kind of like David Bowie, I think I could with the shoulders showing.
So the bottle's sold too, right?
$50
Really?
to
Oh, I
Nick.
wanted that one.
$50 to Nick.
Yeah. Bottles here.
Nick can go F himself. I'm just kidding. I am so sorry.
Like, who needs to make rent? You can F yourself. You can F yourself.
Did you
I think it's that one.
Oh my gosh, Sandra. Oh my
It's
gosh.
not a night, like it's like funny. It goes.
Okay. It's no, are you kidding? I'm so sorry. You handed it to me and then I got so distracted. Okay, Sandra made this beautiful little embroidery. And how can I make it so you can see all the colored?
You just hold it really still.
I have the worst shakes.
And it has bubbles with beads.
It is
Okay.
double beads.
So one of the pieces of inspiration was the fish.
What does the fish mean to you? He looks like he should be carrying a sub.
That was. It looked like that, but I don't know. I'm a Pisces. So
Yeah.
fish-
So she's a
It's
Pisces.
Like we were thinking about the fish.
Yeah. And so it looks like it's a little neon sign and the little bead bubbles and it's on a beautiful chain and it's like a cute little embroidery hoop. Like it's so sweet.
Wait, you're a Pisces and you're not going to buy this piece?
I know.
Because I painted it with spices.
Pisces. It's very spicy.
What's your opening bid,
Just
Nikki?
fine.
$5.
It just.
Sandra, I'm so sorry.
No, that's okay. I'm like, then I forgot if I did get
See, I even have my.
it in my head, but sometimes.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
I love this color.
Are those beige?
Yeah.
Is that-
They're like kind of like a
Cute.
brownish.
Yeah, it has the white in the center. Yeah, it's like a little
There's
neon.
a little like crystal on it.
I
Oh.
also have, I have a photo of the other one.
$5
We can be the
opening
finger gang.
bid.
It
But
was
we
just
won't
with
call
our
it
theme
finger.
tonight, that's
Everyone will
why
be
I
the
said,
finger.
you know,
The finger gang.
That little mermaid.
Yeah.
I got blisters on my fingers.
No, it's
That
this is
means
so
these ones-
perfect. I'm gonna put it earlier in the auction
Oh, I like
next
those too.
week
I see it.
if it doesn't go right now.
Those are really nice.
The chain is nice and long, and it almost looks like it has bubbles on it.
I know it really does. It all matches really beautifully.
There you go.
How do you mount that? Like, how?
Look, it's a little embroidery, hoop.
I found tiny embroidery hoops once,
Oh,
and they've
they're
been making
so
them into necklaces.
They're so small.
And then I like one time made a bunny. Remember? And I think
Oh,
if
that
I
is
like
awesome.
on white
Sweet,
silk.
like the structure is so beautiful.
It's like this funny little tiny embroidery hoops. I was like,
They're so small.
there's a small
Oh,
one. I'll try and
Rich,
make a
hold
little
it like.
For Valentine's Day.
one.
Oh my goodness, you haven't shown us. That's gorgeous.
I know, I got distracted.
So much going on.
And there's so much beautiful art.
Weird.
Who's that?
Oh, wait.
Alana,
And
I think. Wasn't it Alana's?
yeah, that's Alana.
That's so pretty.
Well, that's not Alana, but that's Alana's artwork.
Yes.
And then I didn't even. Sorry, Maggie.
No worries, I totally forgot they were.
These are Maggie's prints. So Maggie did prints off of city manhole covers. And so she talked to the city and she got permission from the city and from the artists that did each of the designs. So there's the freshwater manhole
That one,
covers.
yeah, that's the drinking water design by Mary Hastick.
Is there a new name for manholes?
I don't think so.
We haven't changed that.
Personal
Uh,
sounds weird.
yeah, the way you say it sounds wrong.
That one's the wastewater by Jeff Kulak. And then the red one is the stormwater by Andrea Williamson.
So how did we get
So I had to first I asked the mayor for permission. She transferred me to the Arts and Culture Department and Environmental Protection because it's an art piece, but it deals with the manhole covers.
Yeah.
So then I had to ask their permission, but then the Arts and Culture Department was like, you have to ask permission from the individual artists, so they helped me get the contact information for the artists. I had to track them down to ask permission, and then they let me borrow the manhole covers, which I thought when I asked that they would just let me, like, give me a section of sidewalk that I could use for a day
Yeah. No.
and like just make them and sell them there. But instead they're like, no, come pick up these manhole covers, and they're like 85 pounds each.
Yeah, they are.
And so I had to like bring them to my apartment building downtown and try to, and
Did
like, we're
Move
not,
them in a car? How did you move them?
I have like an SUV
Oh,
crossover.
okay.
So like, but I had to make 2 trips.
Do you park in the parkade?
Yeah.
What floor do you park on?
Like the top of the parkade.
Oh,
We
park on
forgot the bottom.
Okay.
Does it ever bother? Do you use the arrows?
The
Like each
Directions
round
of.
has an arrow that's directional. You don't use them?
So, because here's the thing, right? Like, you do that, and then there'll be somebody sitting there, like, blocking the way, and then you have to go the other way anyway. So it's like, just go whatever ways, like,
You go for the clear way.
like whatever way doesn't have people
The
sitting.
path of
I have another
least.
question. Were you around last night during the blackout?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
were you inside?
While I was home, yeah.
Yeah.
And then just boom.
We were here and then we went home
We
in the
didn't know
middle of it, so
we
we
didn't
didn't
know
know.
if we'd get in. because it was like, Oh,
It was like
there- it's an
after
electric
8 that it
door.
happened,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then we were like, "Are we going to be able to have a home?" Like
So it
we
went
didn't
out
know.
here, but not there. No.
No.
Mawada was out, and these lights were out, but everything else was on. And then our street lights were out, and our traffic light was out.
Yeah.
The next traffic light was out. The next traffic light was out, and then everything else was on.
I know our
Like,
like house
was
power
out.
went out
Ouch.
sometime during the
Out.
day, but I
This-
don't know
they
if
have
it's
their own
our
generator.
But did you go out at all, or you just stayed
Just
in?
our house.
I
Like all our
stayed-
clocks reset.
Weird.
Sometimes.
I like just got in the bath and I was
Yeah.
ready to like relax for the
No,
night,
no,
and then all of a sudden I like get to the
That's
top and
brutal.
all the lights shut off, and I was like, damn.
And then
We're
just
like
light some candles. It's like
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
that's, you know,
How many
like,
fire alarms would you recall since you moved in? If you were to estimate,
All our clocks were blinking.
because 5 years ago they would go off like as a habit, like once a month. It was kind of somebody's sport pulling them. But like, do you think you've been through like 10 fire alarms in that building or less?
Probably about 10, but I've been there like almost 4 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, can I ask you, have you ever not bothered to go down?
A lot of the time, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because there's been times when, like, I remember one time there was like a burst pipe,
Yeah.
and so like as soon as I open my door and I go out in the hallway, I can hear like rushing water, and I'm like, well, obviously there's not a fire. So I just like check the stairwells, and of course it's one of the stairwells has a burst pipe, and it's like flooding down the stairwell, and I was like, I guess I'm not walking down.
I'm good. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Were you there when the lobby was raining? The front lobby was just like, it was like
Oh,
the
yeah.
whole roof was a waterfall.
Yeah, and there's
Yeah.
like a big hole in the.
And then there was one time that somebody drove a truck into one of the pipes in the parkade, and it was just like,
It was like Niagara Falls.
Yeah, I thankfully wasn't like I don't think I had a car yet.
I'd be so scared to live in an apartment building where like it happens in someone
normal
else's
apartment buildings are
It's
totally
worse.
different than what we're talking about.
Yeah, this is like an old like
1970s.
1970s and like just started being maintained. Like,
Well,
we
like,
put in new elevators.
My friend is in the white Main Street building, literally.
Oh, right
Two
next to.
buildings
Yeah,
away from
yeah.
here.
That's also a sketchy building.
Oh, yeah,
actually.
you're right.
And their apartment flooded. Like,
Oh,
Yeah, can I tell you it's
no.
funny
like a
because
month ago.
I actually look at Main Street and go, who'd live there? And I'm like, probably me.
If
But
they're
Main Street and Boardwalk are awful because they're like just as bad as our building.
like the manager.
I don't hate our building. I feel like it goes through phases where basically by the time the management gets really good, they're about to leave.
Yeah.
They kind of become humans and then they get moved along.
Yeah, and I don't know this new management what they're
I don't know.
like.
Anybody bid? You got the phone. You've been checking it, right?
I'm going.
Yeah. Nice seeing you.
Have you been checking?
Yeah, I've been
Those
checking.
gloves match that jacket.
What?
So good.
The gloves match.
It
the
matches
jacket.
everything. You're perfect.
This is going to irritate people where I teach.
Did I start
I think it's
bidding
gonna be
on
pretty.
those shirts?
I think $25 each.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't remember.
Does that sit well with you? Also, the money all goes to a not-for-profit that
It's to
supports.
NACM.org and they do street outreach in Calgary.
It was really nice seeing you, Carrie. Take care.
It was nice meeting you.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna leave.
Bye. Okay. Also, we're gonna leave, so we love you and and good night. And
There are
see.
rumbles where it's just like, that was the best night ever. And then there are rumbles like, I can't believe we survived that. And I feel like, because I got up and I taught all day. Actually, no, it started earlier because last night I was incomplete because we went to bed without power.
Yeah.
And we're kind of like, we weren't sure if we're getting up in the morning, right? 'Cause,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, it's like
If-
if they're gonna be powers.
if the-
Are we
the
gonna
power
wake
comes
up?
back
Like, is
on,
my
right?
phone gonna die? in
My
the night?
phone might be charged enough to wake me up. So it was
Yeah.
kind of a grind last night. And then today was a grind. One of my favorite people got in some trouble today, and I did a lot of problem solving. And then we had an open house at school. That was like day 3 in one day.
Day 3
And then
one
I got
day.
here, and it was like day 4. So this was my 4-day work day.
Yay!
sleeping.
Thank you, everybody.
Now it's time to say goodbye.